Well, howdy, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we are having a second cup of coffee conversation here. And as a matter of fact, Joel Tiemeyer, who's one of our guests, has provided us with actual coffee today. Sometimes we're just, we have these as props. Don't want to ruin anybody's illusions here. But we're going to be talking with Peter and Peter McNabb. I think I said Reverend Peter McNabb, sure, with First United Methodist Church, and Joel Tiemeyer with the Way Bible Church, and we're going to be talking with them about Be the Service, yes, which is something that provides Thanksgiving meals and Thanksgiving boxes to 1,000 families in Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County. Before we get into that, just very quickly, Peter was telling me about a new contemporary worship service that you're starting at First United Methodist.
Yes. We are just north of the square in downtown Sulphur Springs, and we very historic church, but we want to really reach out to new generations more, and so we're relocating our modern worship experience into our fellowship hall, just looking out toward the square, toward to be there. It's a 9 o'clock worship service, and we're launching that on November the 10th. It'll be at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're starting that up as a way to interact and help people find a space that they can engage with each other and grow in their faith. And so it's a new experience for us, and so we've got some great original music that they're playing, as well as some other contemporary songs that are there, and we're having it's only 45 minutes, and you can have your coffee and donuts in there too. So it's
and you call it Ignite.
We call it Ignite worship experience.
So I'm guessing music more having to do with electric guitars and drums as opposed to organs.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But it's really more of a coffee shop kind of feel. It's not real loud. It's just more relaxed. It's not going to be lots of smoke and mirrors, but the focus is going to be really the idea of bringing people into a space where they can relate to God and to each other.
Okay, great. Well, we'll have a conversation further about that some other time as well, but that's starting November 10th with First United Methodist Church. Okay, let's bring Joel in here to talk about Be the Service. This is something that's kind of become pretty much an annual tradition now in Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County.
Yes, it's something we started 8 years ago here in Sulphur Springs when several churches get together every other week with the Hopkins County Christian Alliance as pastors and ministers. And years ago, we would always at Thanksgiving have a combined worship service where we'd get together and sing some songs and somebody would preach. And we got to really thinking, is this what Jesus would do in our city? And we began to rethink, and it's like, what would it happen if instead of having a worship service, we as the church would go be a service to those who need it in our community? And so we started, back then we thought a very ambitious goal of let's feed 300 families full Thanksgiving meals where we give them a turkey and all the sides and give it away for a Thanksgiving meal to those in need. And the next year that grew to 600, and the next year it grew to 1,000, and it's been at 1,000 meals every year ever since.
Wow. So the meals and in the form of boxes, they're each placed in a box, and you were describing a remarkable, efficient process of putting these together.
Well, this is only my second year to be here in Sulphur Springs. Last year I went, I was just amazed at the way it works. We have about 300 volunteers, you said? About 300 volunteers. In fact, we're so blessed. People come on out on a Saturday morning on the beautiful parking lots of right there. It was a sunny day, and I just remember seeing all these people coming out here to help line up and collect things with their red wagons and boxes. And these are volunteers preparing these boxes to be distributed. And the line of people coming was just hundreds and hundreds of cars. It ended up being 1,000 cars coming, 1,000 families coming through. But people would go through and build their boxes up with supplies for people and really good quality food that they were providing for the people to be able to cook their own meals at home. But it's the great supplies that will last well beyond Thanksgiving Day for them.
And the distribution, the actual putting of the boxes together and the distribution are Saturday, November 23rd.
Yes, so Saturday morning, November 23rd, about 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll get out there and we'll have 2 massive trailer loads of about 15 pallets on each trailer get unloaded, so about 30 pallets of food, and we'll line it out, and we'll have the boxes being assembled, and about 8:45 all the volunteers will show up, and we'll do a 5-minute brief meeting on how the process is going to go, and they'll walk around the side, grab a box, walk down an assembly line where people will put a bunch of food in the box all the way down, and then they'll set it at the end, and we'll just keep doing that process for about an hour and 15 minutes. And at 10 o'clock, cars will be lining up at the Sulphur Springs High School parking lot, and then they'll make their way all the way up to Barbara Bush Primary School, where we'll pray with them on their way through, and we'll put a turkey in their car and a box of food, and just wish them a happy Thanksgiving. Just let them know that the churches of Hopkins County are here. We want to be an active presence in their life, and if they need a place to connect with God, we'll have them a flyer with all the churches that are participating, and we just want them to know that they're loved by God and by the church, and there's a safe place in Sulphur Springs to come and connect with God.
And this is organized by the Hopkins County Christian Alliance?
Yes, sir.
Is the organization, right? And there is people don't have to qualify exactly to receive the assistance?
Correct. There is no pre-registration. There is no pre-qualifying. If you are in need and things are tight this year, like last year, I know it was tight for several people, and I know this year it seems to be even more stressful financially for people. And we've had people call us that have never been in need before and say, hey, we're actually in need this year. Are you guys doing the turkey giveaway? That's what many people call it, the turkey giveaway. And we're like, absolutely we are. And so we don't want to discriminate, because it's not our job, I believe, as the church to investigate into people's finances. It is to be a blessing to the people who are in need. And so if you're in need, just get in line at the Sulphur Springs High School parking lot. We had people lining up at 6 a.m. last year, and the food distribution didn't start until 10 a.m. But by the time 10 a.m. was there, the line through the high school parking lot went all the way down by the Dairy Museum, and for 3 hours we had a steady flow of cars giving away 1,000 boxes of food and 1,000 turkeys.
So Saturday morning, November 23rd.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And I'm guessing that people could get more information on your website and your website.
Any of the churches and all the churches they're participating have these $10 tickets, you might say, that are available to if you just come by the church, and you can get those taken care of. And the giving, the donations are very much appreciated by businesses, by individuals. Any of the churches could help connect you with that if you want it. So people that want to contribute toward this, it's very much appreciated. It's a great way to connect our community. You know, Matthew 5:14 says a city on the hill needs to not be underneath a bushel, but put it up on the lampstand so people can see the light of Christ, the light of good things that are happening. This is a great community. I'm so glad to be part of this. Joel's been here for a long time, and he's been running things and making things happen in his church and lots of churches, and I'm just glad to see the churches in this community, Joel, that work together. This is truly a city on the hill where we hold up the light of Christ to the world. People need to see this, then it's beautiful to see the connection of the churches across denominations that work together, and this is a great example of coming together and being people of faith and doing something that really makes a difference.
Well, it's Saturday, November 23rd, and it's called Be the Service.
Yes.
We're out of time, but thanks for having a second cup of coffee with us.
Glad to have.
Thanks for having us.
I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST.